John, I have to be honest with you. I didn't even know that Facebook had been down. And this is months later. And that only goes to show how little I use Facebook. I usually give my email address out to people I actually want to hear from online. And I'll say to them, listen, I know I have a Facebook account, but I don't use it that much. So if you want to reach me, send me an email. And still, I get friends who send me messages on Facebook. And then 2 or 3 days later, they'll meet me in MeetSpace and they'll say, hey, why didn't you get back to me on the message I sent you on Facebook? Because I don't check Facebook that often. That's why I gave you my email address. Now, mind you, I am way behind on personal emails as well, but that's on responding, because a lot of the less important emails, I kind of let them go and they're kind of built up, so I've got over 2,000 messages right now in my inbox. Most of it is spam, but there's a few ones in there I intend to respond to eventually. But at least if there's anything important, though, I see it right away. I do check my email daily. So I've always told people, want to reach me, email, or call me if you have my phone number. But as far as Facebook, well, I just don't use it that much because, well, it's a great service, it's a great idea, but most of the individual features are kind of clunky. The chat interface is kind of wonky. The games are just plain stomp on my last nerve. I don't even bother with things like Mafia Wars and Farmville. Ugh. Invitations are kind of cool. That's how I found out of a couple of events that I covered on the podium recently, especially the cycling events and so on. But by and large, I don't spend that much time on Facebook. I might, poke my head in there. Like, to be honest, I actually have my browser set from Facebook as my homepage, not because that's where I want to be most of the time, but to remind me to check it. So if I launch the browser and Facebook comes up, say, oh, right, I haven't looked at Facebook for a few days. And most times I'll launch my browser directly from a link in my email or something, in which case it'll bypass that anyway. But it's nice that when I launch the browser, it reminds me to check Facebook, just in case there's something sitting there I might want to check. So, basically, I had no idea it was down at all, period. And it really didn't affect my life all that much. On the other hand, I am rather amazed that I didn't hear about it at work, because I know more than one person that relies rather heavily on Facebook for communication. I guess they just didn't think to mention it because they know I'm not a big Facebook user.